Get you ready for the second half. UConn with a 30-point lead over the Kutztown Golden Bears in this exhibition to get them ready for Thursday night when the games count for number 6 UConn, beginning with Northeastern. But first, a lot to like from the first half, especially the transfer from Fairfield, Lou Lopez-Seneschal.
You know, I had heard so much about her and how she can score in so many different ways. You know, she can get to the basket, she can shoot threes, she distributes the ball well. She got the ball to Aaliyah Edwards a lot, and I thought Aaliyah Edwards had an outstanding first half, not only knowing when to shoot, but also knowing when to distribute. There, the great kick to Dorka Juhas in her first action since we saw her break her wrist last year in the Elite Eight game. A welcome return. They spread the ball around. I thought Fudd didn't really get into too much of a rhythm in that first half, and it's incredible they scored 54 points, and Fudd didn't seem to do too much. But to have the players back who didn't play in the past, you know, we just saw Aubrey Griffin take a shot there, Juhas with the rebound. They're going to be a much more complete basketball team inside out. They're going to have players who can score from the perimeter, who can score in the lane. It's going to be a very different team than we're used to seeing of late.
And again, it being an exhibition, the idea is just facing a team, getting out there, getting into a rhythm, getting into a routine, and very positive to see Dorka Juhas go 5 for 5 from the floor. Again, coming back from that injury. Doesn't look like that's lingering at all. 12 points and perfect from the floor.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great to have her back, as well as it is great to have the freshman Patterson showing what she can do on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. The great hustle, getting on the floor, tremendous hands and defense there from Nika Mule. The nice finish to Aubrey Griffin. This team's going to be a lot of fun to watch. They just don't have as much margin for error that they may have had prior to those two kids getting hurt.
And again, beyond the box score, seeing Lopez-Seneschal just score it in the different ways. Aaliyah Edwards putting up 8 with 3 rebounds, but Aubrey Griffin just being on the floor again, and 4 rebounds for Aubrey Griffin.
You know, we talked so much about what they've got here in the first half. There's a look at Ice Brady, who dislocated her kneecap a couple weeks ago, had surgery, lost for the year. We know Paige Beckers tore her ACL in August. She's done for the season. So Gino Ariema said last week at practice, if these two kids were playing, we would be an unbelievable basketball team. Well, they don't have them, but they've got to work with what they have. In that first 20 minutes, I thought this team looked pretty good. They put up 54 points. I'm impressed.
It's been a long time since UConn could say they've got a bit of an underdog mentality, but given the tough breaks for those 2 players that we just saw and kind of comeback mentalities from a few of the young ladies who will be on the floor and look to this year, well, that's the case.
Yeah, and you look at these kids on the screen right now, it's on them. Like, there's no Paige Beckers isn't going to come back at the end of the season to kind of help take them to the promised land. It's on them, and as a result, they've all changed to the mentality, and they've had to mature and grow up in a way that they wouldn't have had to do had those other 2 kids been healthy.
AZ Fudd takes the first shot of the second half. Dorka Juhas the steal. The left-hand lay-in for Dorka. It was a little short, but creating havoc, forcing Sydney Pearson into a turnover, and she earns a trip to the line.
A savvy steal there by Juhas. Her entire team had run back on defense, didn't even know that she had stolen the ball.
And Juhas hits her first free throw, which will allow those who have made their way into the XL Center to have a seat to begin the second half.
Good crowd for an exhibition game.
Dorka goes 2 for 2 from the line, up to a 55-24 UConn lead. Kutztown today, the Northeastern Thursday, and then it gets significantly harder. This is a difficult schedule for UConn, picked 6th in the preseason AP poll, and they will get a top 6 showdown with Texas this month. Number 3, Texas. Juhas, 2 more as she grabs the miss from Fudd. Dorka's up to 16 points. Casey Raymolde. Juhas gets out to the shooter, but a little late, and Sydney Pearson sinks the jump shot. They slip it inside for Seneschal, and it doesn't roll for her.
Yeah, rare miss that we've seen from Lopez Seneschal.
Whalen picks up her dribble. Casey Raymolde against Nika Mule. Mule in her face forces the turnover on the steal by Edwards, who takes it the length for the lay-in.
Nice anticipation by Aaliyah Edwards, but it's the pressure on the ball that also helped to create that turnover.
From the wing, a catch and shoot 3 missed by Abby Hearn. Lou Lopez Seneschal the rebound. Nika Mule steps on the gas. Good, and the foul.
What a take by Mule.
Nika Mule averaging under 4 points a game last year, but the explosive couple of steps to the basket earns her an and-one opportunity. You know, Gino Auriemma said that other teams would leave her to go double someone else, so her working on her offensive game, she's worked on developing a free throw line jumper, and also on display there, that take to the basket will make everybody else better. Not just her, but everybody else.
Yeah, you've got to be someone that the defense has got to respect.
Seneschal the rebound. Cross-court pass, Edwards to Mule. Edwards into the teeth of the D, picks up a double. Nice pass inside by Seneschal to Juhas.
That was a great lead pass. Lopez Seneschal saw that play developing even before Dorka Juhas made the cut. That was a tremendous pass.
Watching Lou Lopez Seneschal and Dorka Juhas could be a good combo. Don't you feel this year, the inside-outside game? And, you know, UConn's putting out that great material on social media, The Standard, the show focusing on UConn women's basketball. The most recent episode was about how many international players are on this roster. Dorka Juhas saying, let's go, find more international talent. And her teammate Lou Lopez Seneschal this year, born in Mexico, grew up in France, and played in Ireland.
Great hustle again, getting on the floor, Aaliyah Edwards.
And she gets a tie up.
Yeah, both teams getting down on the floor, want the ball.
Well, again, it's a great opportunity for Kutztown. And again, forget about the score. It's an opportunity for them to build on a terrific year last year. Again, they made their second NCAA tournament appearance, and first since 1996. 26 wins last year for head coach Janet Maloof, who goes way back with Chris Daly. Lou Lopez Seneschal the steal. Nika Mule for AZ Fudd. Catching fire for 3, and she rips it.
And that shot went in my mind, because on the opposite side, Nika Mule could have taken the 3, but instead dribble penetrated it and kicked it out to Fudd. Nice unselfish play by Mule. Gets UConn the open 3.
From the free throw line, Abby Hearn steps back and misses. Lou Lopez Seneschal, another rebound. Fudd gonna keep on shooting, and she nails another.
Same exact spot on the floor as the previous 3.
She's in rhythm now.
She just makes it look so easy.
A deep one is good for Annie Whalen. Waylon earning the start today. Came off the bench 29 times last year. Now a senior from Ivyland, PA. Shot 31% from downtown, and that was a deep three for Waylon. Mule gets fouled as Hearn tried to work her way through the pick.
And Hearn is trying to say, I was fouled. You're calling the foul on me?
So Hearn heads off. Pulliam replaces her, and Mule inbounds from the baseline to Edwards. Set play, and Aaliyah Edwards with a lay-in.
Nicely executed under out-of-bounds play there by UConn.
Up to a 72-29 lead for Connecticut. Annie Whalen stepping back on AZ Fudd and sinking a long two. Mule up the floor for Fudd. Kick out Seneschal, a three. She's got a good arc to her three ball, doesn't she?
Brought some rain down with that one.
It's a rare thing around here. We've been talking about that beautiful weather here in Connecticut. It's the only rain in the forecast. Mule. Fudd. Another three for AZ Fudd. Three for her last three. Molde with Fudd working her way through. A screen set by Pearson going up against Edwards. Another deep three for Whalen. That one is short. Mule up the floor to Seneschal in transition. Beautiful basket by Connecticut. And it starts with Nika Mule. But it's finished by Lou Lopez Seneschal. 77-31 Huskies. Off the window, no good for Imolde. Uhas defending her. Dorka dead on. Downtown, and another three for UConn.
I tell you, UConn has come out in the beginning of this third quarter, and they have put on an offensive clinic.
80 on the board for the Huskies. Up by 49 on Kutztown. Edwards the rebound off the wild miss by Whalen. Nika going into the half-court set. Around the Edwards screen. Leah Edwards from the free throw line.
You know, how different this team will be offensively and how much more potent if Aaliyah Edwards can knock down that 15, 17-footer consistently.
Edwards goes up for the rebound off the three-ball miss from the corner by Nia Pulliam. Mule to Uhas, and this one should be going back to Kutztown as the Huskies are unable to connect between Nika Mule and Dorka Uhas, but Connecticut's offense looking really strong here in the third quarter. They're knocking them down from everywhere.
AZ Fudd was quiet in that first half. You can't expect her to be quiet for too long.
AZ Fudd and the Huskies up big on Kutztown in this exhibition. AZ Fudd and the UConn Huskies with a lot to like here in the third quarter. Fudd, three for her last three and up to 15 points on the day.
Well, you know, I said it before, you're not going to keep her quiet for long, right? And you could tell in that first half, the shots were there. She just didn't quite feel in a rhythm. Well, she's gotten herself into a rhythm now, and it's truly a beautiful thing to watch.
We've heard so much about that jump shot from her coming in, and she certainly showed it off last year, shooting 43%. Steph Curry comparing her jump shot to Ray Allen's, high praise, and it really is incredible to watch. It's so smooth. Looking for the lay-in this time. All of her points have come from behind the arc. She misses that one at the rim. Remolde for Pulliam. Ayanna Patterson getting out on the ball with 15 to shoot. Remolde slipping inside Fudd, and Seneschal comes away with it.
Good team defense there by UConn to force that turnover.
Aubrey Griffin goes up strong to the rack and earns free throws. Well, Aubrey Griffin coming back from injury last year, and she's had the experience of having to work her way back from an injury in high school when she tore her ACL. Gino Auriemma thinks that certainly had to help in the process of rehabbing
mentally,
and coming back.
For sure.
Of course, her brother AJ, a star at Duke and picked by the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA draft this year, the 16th overall pick. Brother Allen was a great player at Illinois and Syracuse, and dad Adrian played 9 NBA seasons and is an assistant coach with the Toronto Raptors. So a great basketball family from Ossining, New York.
And her mother, a phenomenal track athlete at Seton Hall. A good call there, offensive foul on Remolde. You could see her right arm. Watch when she drives here. Edwards gets into position, and that right arm, kind of tough to see from that angle, but her right arm initiated that contact.
And she even said it. You saw in that replay. She said, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did. You got me.
Yeah, Edwards did she got herself there with good footwork, dramatized it a little bit with the aggressive fall down to the ground, but she sold it and got it.
This ends up with Edwards. Fudd for 3. It's good. Her 6th three-pointer of the day.
And the problem there, Patterson just fell because she slipped on sweat on the floor. And that could have, with UConn's luck that they've had this year with crazy injuries. So the shot goes up and in. Let's see if we can see. You saw Fudd's reaction.
Yeah, AZ's laughing, Ayanna's laughing. You know who's not laughing? Gino's not laughing.
His heart just stopped, I think.
Totally.
Because Edwards went down, falling over Patterson, who slipped on the body sweat on the floor. Thankfully, nobody got hurt, and we can laugh at it.
Sophia Coleman in the game and vacated the spot as Layla Hurley also enters, a freshman, and throws it away.
I think she threw it to Remolde, who was walking down the bench to get water. She had exited the game.
Oh, an explosive drive to the hoop for Aubrey Griffin for the lay-in.
I mean, that's a glimpse at the incredible athleticism of Aubrey Griffin. We haven't had the luxury of watching it for a year.
Lou Lopez Seneschal with a steal. Up the floor, AZ inside, Edwards. Count the basket and the foul.
UConn has just stepped it into high gear. Just getting the ball up the floor there. Lopez Seneschal, the great pass to Fudd. Perfect pass inside to Edwards. And Kutztown just wasn't set defensively and committed the foul.
Leah Edwards in her junior year from Kingston, Ontario in Canada. She represented the Canadian Olympic team in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics as the youngest player on Team Canada. Here into her junior year at UConn now. And one of the veterans that they'll be looking to. From the corner, a rattling 3 for Nia Pulliam.
That was a great shot by Pulliam. Edwards had her hand right in the face. Not much more you can do to defend that.
Fudd underneath. Great play by Edwards. Kind of volleying it to herself.
Yeah, terrific court awareness there by Edwards.
Seneschal the drive and the basket. for Lou Lopez Seneschal.
That's just the savviness of a veteran to just use a half a step to get by the defender.
She's up to 22 in the game, 9 for 16 from the floor, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. She's doing a little bit of everything.
And she protected the ball so well with her body.
UConn creeping towards 100, 93-34 as we go to the fourth. Well, certainly a lot to like about that third quarter for the UConn offense. 14 of 20 from the floor, 70% for the third quarter shooting for UConn, and they looked in sync. Boy, if there were jitters, they got out of the way in the first half, and they looked like the UConn Huskies in the third.
Yeah, they really did. I just love the energy, the execution. They went hard, and one of the keys, and I think Lopez Seneschal has kind of brought this to the team with her maturity and experience. They move so well without the basketball. They're always moving and cutting, and that's really difficult for any team to defend.
To start the fourth, inbounded by Aubrey Griffin. And into the game, Amari DeBerry for UConn. AZ Fudd knocks down another 3 to start the fourth. Her 7th.
You just can't give her that much room.
She's 7 for 12 from behind the arc. 7 of 14 in the game from the floor overall.
You can see UConn in a zone here. They've changed it up defensively.
No good from Sophia Coleman. DeBerry getting down the floor. And she's got the ball in the block. No look pass to Fudd. Cutting. And the left-hand lay-in is good.
How about that pass from DeBerry, who just entered the game? Tremendous bounce pass to the cutting Fudd.
Amari DeBerry appeared in 16 games last year, including in the national championship. Gina Auriemma loves her still. The effort, the speed, the mental side, all things she's worked on this summer. They're going to need her to lengthen the bench. What work underneath by Patterson. She will not give up on the play despite a few misses underneath. No lack of effort, though.
Yeah, well, great effort, but you know what? That's a freshman trying to play in her first college game. Exhibition or not, these kids are still bigger than most she's faced in high school.
Zerman off the money. Offensive rebound, Hearn. DeBerry forces the turnover. She hits the deck, but it rolls to AZ Fudd. Griffin also got a hand on it. Let's see how they could utilize DeBerry in the offense here. Backdoor cut for Seneschal. She turns it over. Zerman intercepts up the floor. And a fast break basket for Naya Pulliam. Now 98-36 UConn. Looking to hit triple digits. But a travel by AZ Fudd. And we're going to see Ines Betancourt enter the game for UConn. The freshman from Portugal. A late addition. She came to UConn after Paige Becker's injury, a true point guard who could pass or make shots. And we have a player down for UConn.
It looks like it's a cramp.
Lou Lopez Seneschal stretching it out. Hobbling off and still smiling.
UConn is praying it's a cramp.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't seem terribly concerned. And still showing positive energy coming off banged up. Speaks to the energy she brings to this team this year. Gina Auriemma said he would have loved to have had her for more than just the 1 year, but they're certainly glad to have that positive energy with them this year in a year where they really need it.
Well, yeah, thank God she's here, but also it's a sin in a way that she and Paige Beckers won't get to play together.
I know. Imagine. All right, Ines Betancourt. Went through a lot to get here. She had never stepped foot in the United States till her first day at Storrs, which was the first day of class. She was headed to a junior college that won the national championship last year, Northwest Florida. And Fudd nails it to put UConn over the 100-point mark. 101-36 Huskies.
I wouldn't have expected 100 points from this team today, and certainly not with 7 minutes to play in the game.
That's an air ball for Sophia Coleman. Fudd now with 8 3-pointers and 13 attempts and 5 assists as well. And 26 points today for AZ Fudd. 9 out of 16 overall from the floor. DeBerry looking to bounce it Griffin's way, and a foul whistled against Kutztown. When news breaks in Connecticut, Fox 61 News provides you with the facts to keep you informed and safe. Breaking news can happen at any time, and when it does, you can trust Fox 61 News, Connecticut's breaking news station. With Meg Culmo, Randy Brochu, thrilled to be with you today for this exhibition for the UConn Huskies, getting ready for their season, which begins Thursday against Northeastern. It's such a fun time of year, Meg, especially for UConn fans. Not just the basketball, but football had the big win, and 5 wins for UConn, talking about bowl eligibility, the win against UMass. Both hockey teams had a huge weekend. The UConn men's team, number 8 in the nation in climbing after a sweep of Maine. And of course,
it's a great time
here
to be a Husky, that's for sure.
Noelle Baxter with a 3-pointer. The fall is leading into winter, which is a really fun time around UConn. DeBerry, too strong on her jump shot. Patterson out of nowhere grabs the rebound and makes a strong move to the basket for the lay-in.
You could already see she's gained some confidence from some of her earlier attempts at the basket. They are so strong.
Steal for DeBerry. Betancourt for Fudd, looking for another 3, and she's got it. How about 9 3-pointers today for AZ Fudd?
Sky-high confidence right now for AZ Fudd.
106-39 UConn. Shannon Ramolde takes a 3. This is where things get fun. Fudd looking for another, and that spins out. This feels like first night right now for AZ Fudd.
They're like layups for Fudd.
And she's going to go to the bench with 29 points. 10 for 19 from the floor, 9 for 16 from downtown. A rebound and 5 assists as well. Think she's ready?
I would think so.
Baxter for 3. Griffin, that's a great sign.
Yeah, floating through the air for that rebound. Well, a really good defense there to steal the ball there from Olivia Smellis, but, you know, DeBerry's got to go to the basketball. That was a perfect example of the defense stepping through and the offensive player not stepping to the ball.
Instead, she just kind of grabbed Smellis and tossed her instead of the ball.
It did keep them from getting a fast break.
Yes. Well, yeah, I suppose. 4:42 to go in this one. UConn up big. One full hour of local news every week at 6 p.m. We don't go to the national news at 6:30 p.m. We keep it right here in Connecticut for 1 full hour. Join Jen Bernstein, Ben Goldman, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank, and the Fox 61 News team weeknights on the Fox 61 News at 6. A steal by Patterson for the lay-in as she forces it and again just gets down the floor in a hurry.
Just looking so much more confident here in the second half.
You know, she attempted a dunk in a high school game once that drew oohs and ahs, of course. She got above the rim, but just didn't quite throw it down. Thought maybe for a moment there she broke away, but thought better of it. And
hey, if she's going to try that here, she better wait a little while.
Yeah.
And whenever she does do it, you just got to make sure you flush it.
Yep. Oh, Aubrey Griffin handles on the handoff from DeBerry, but it doesn't go down for her.
Her athleticism is just a beautiful thing to watch.
Baxter from deep. Mule the rebound off the miss. And Nika gets fouled.
Another one who likes to sell the fact that she's getting fouled. That passion coming through on the defensive end.
You know it.
Anyway, with the ball, getting fouled, whatever it is.
And Gino Auriemma in his media availability this week said, he asked Nika, who's the voice of this team? She said, me. You know, who does everybody listen to? Me. He goes, good, well, listen to yourself. And kind of challenged her to become that complete player because they know what she can do defensively. And certainly been some great signs today from Nika Mule. Distributing the ball. Hey, nice play by Amari DeBerry, forcing it. Betancourt for Griffin in the front court. They triple down on her, and she tosses it to Skylar West, who has the steal. Good ball movement here by Kutztown to open up a three for Layla Hurley. Mule turns it over. Remolde up against Griffin. Aubrey Griffin just gets down the floor, beats her to the spot, takes away the space.
Yeah, just a phenomenal defensive play by Aubrey Griffin.
She made it look easy.
She did, and a smart play to not commit the foul. Just put her hands up and block the shot.
Patterson, the take. It doesn't go for her. Remolde. West forced it into the middle. Mule, the steal, up to Betancourt. And she got fouled from behind by Layla Hurley. Ines Betancourt, the first player from Portugal for UConn. Played for Portugal in the 2022 FIBA U18 Women's European Championship. They have embraced her, the late addition, knowing that it really is a big transition. You never forget about starting college, but to never even have been in the United States or step foot on a campus and gets the chance to play at UConn that she didn't see coming. She's got her first points here in the exhibition on the free throw line, and it's 110-39 UConn.
Well, it can't hurt that there's a handful of kids from other countries playing on this UConn team, a very international flair. And they're a really good group of kids, and they've welcomed her as well as the other incoming players, and they're having a blast. And it's college. It's the best 4 years of your life. And if you get a chance to play basketball at a place like UConn, you got to enjoy it.
And you hit it, Meg. I mean, there's pressure, there's a standard here, but it should be fun. And when it's fun, despite the pressure, it's when a lot of the great ones will tell you that they're at their best.
Yeah, pressure brings a lot of great stuff out of people, right? I mean, even people in the working world, wherever you are, pressure can bring the best out of you. And it's fun to watch these kids thrive in this environment. A lot of them come here because of that pressure. Pressure doesn't always have to be a negative thing.
From the corner, that's no good. And Nika Mule comes down with a rebound, approaching the final minute here in the exhibition for UConn against Kutztown. Betancourt, backdoor cut. Mule finds her for the lay-in. 112-39, UConn. And again, you knew that the score was likely to be lopsided, but it's all the things beyond the score that is the real story. How would Betancourt, new to the team, look in her first minutes? How does Griffin get up and down the floor? We just saw it on display there.
A lot of people wanted to get a look at the freshman Patterson. She's had, I think, a terrific afternoon. And the returning players. You know, AZ Fudd knocked down 9 threes here this afternoon.
20 points from Dorka Juhas, 7 for 8 from the floor.
Yeah, this is the first we've seen Juhas since she broke her wrist.
No look past Betancourt. What a look inside to Ayanna Patterson for the lay-in. 114-39. That's likely the last basket of the day for UConn, and it was pretty. Ooh, behind the back.
Little exclamation point on this afternoon, huh?
Griffin will go to the line for free throws here. As that was the 5th foul against Kutztown. You have to really like what you saw from Aubrey Griffin today.
What a pleasant sight to see Aubrey Griffin back on the floor, healthy.
Yep.
And no inhibitions whatsoever. A great kid, a phenomenal basketball player, an extraordinary athlete.
One more shot here from the wing is good for Layla Hurley. And the UConn Huskies put up 115 today in their first time together on the floor. And they are heading into the regular season. Gino Auriemma and the Huskies in search of national championship number 12. It begins for real on Thursday, but they sure looked good in this exhibition today in Hartford.
Yeah, it was a great chance for the rest of us to see them play, but I know Gino's happy to get these kids out on the floor in a game-like environment. Yeah, Kutztown's a Division II team, and the score indicates that, but you know what, they're well coached. And it was a great opportunity for UConn to just play against somebody else. It stinks playing against each other in practice day after day.
Well, AZ Fudd leading the way, but we saw everybody contribute today, and that's going to be the name of the game for this team this year. They don't have Paige Beckers to rely on. It's got to be a lot of everybody's efforts, and everybody contributed today. Good sign for things to come as we get ready for